How do you guys come up with the segments for what he's going to be doing on live? I'm sure the early shows and when he's out on the golf course, sort of getting a feel for it, but also those post game shows on live from where he's out on the golf course recreating some of the seminal moments from the day. How do you guys sort of take us through that process?
Oh, those were some of my favorite moments from the year. I mean, I had so much fun working with Johnson. As we all know, he's a very affable guy. He doesn't take himself seriously. I'm the one that's actually like when he's hitting some of those shots that didn't go so well. I'm the one that's like bending my head over, and I feel bad for him because I want people to remember this guy won 3 times in the PGA Tour. Like this guy was a very, very, very good golfer and still is. I've played with him. Um, so let's go early week stuff. So Johnson will come to a will come to the course, and he'll have an idea for each of those nights of what hole he wants to do, a shot, something that he's already kind of talked to the whether it's a superintendent, whether it's the person who's setting up the golf course, players maybe, and he comes up with those ideas. So he has that idea of so then we what we do is we go out, and so at certain majors, let's go U.S. Open players, we have 3 cameras usually there. So we've got a what we call catch camera, just a regular camera that if he's hitting a shot can get the ball follow. We have what we call gimbal camera, which is a camera that's kind of like on it's in someone's hands. It's very smooth moving camera that can kind of move with him that you're seeing that is just with Johnson. And then a lot of times, in those US Opens and those players, we have a drone, which really made it really cool this year. So we all kind of like when Johnson kind of explains it to me, okay, then we got to explain to the camera guys, explain to them so we can make this look the best we possibly can, and then go execute. And so Johnson would come with ideas of what he kind of wants to do and how he wants to kind of work the shots. And um, let's go for one of them. The Monday of the U.S. Open. So Monday of the U.S. Open. We're out at the second hole and so we're trying to get a signal on our live views, and we weren't getting it because we do these things live. We're not taping them. We want these things to be live. We want them to be very organic and everything like that. And so we had to go to the ninth hole. I mean, this is gonna be great. This is a great story. So we go to the ninth hole. And so we finally have a good signal there. I'm like, all right, good. I knew we had a good signal there because I was there earlier in the day getting sound. So we're sitting there, we're waiting for a while, probably about 90 minutes. And here comes, and so this had been far enough in where everyone's seen Johnson's chipping woes, we'll call them. And we've got the stars of golf coming through. Like, I'm not, we're talking instructors, we're talking caddies, we're talking players. Sky Scheffler comes through, tries to help him and Ted Scott try to help Johnson Wagner with his chipping. Like Teddy Scott is adamant he can fix this. Adamant he can fix this. Nope, no chance. So here comes Claude Harmon, come through. I can fix you. I can fix you. No. I want to say Pete Cowan came through, and Pete Cowan's just shaking his head, and he's like, I need some more time than just this.
I love Pete.
So, oh, Pete's great because he won't pull any
No,
punches.
no.
So here comes like Brooks Koepka and a couple other guys, and I've known Brooks for a long, long time, and this will involve me a little bit, so it's a little selfish, but it just kind of goes to the point. So Brooks is looking at me and he's watching Johnson, and he goes, "Once you hit a shot," I go, "Oh, that's not what I do. That's not what I do." He goes, "I want to see you embarrass yourself." So he throws the ball down, gives me his club, and Johnson set up this little hole on like a little knob on the right side of the green. We're on the right side of the green, so short-sided shot. All right, this is going to be embarrassing. Ricky Elliott's videoing it, is Brooks's caddy, and I clip it to about a foot. And Johnson just looks at me, and a few choice words we can't say on this wonderful podcast came out,
No, go ahead.
and and just laughing, just hysterically. Um,
You're also a very good player, Brad. Let's not shortchange
yeah,
you at all. It's not like
but
you're
but I
Rex
mean,
out there.
yeah, whoa. But in that moment, it was just very funny. And so then
For reference.
Johnson's got to sit there and hit that shot on air later, and it just didn't go well because just how it's just grainy out there and everything. And um, but those segments were so much fun because he's bringing great information, and then he hits these shots that are very squirrely. The Xander Schauffele one Thursday at the also I got away from something. So when we get into play, he sits there and just watches the golf, and when he sees a shot that maybe has a chance to be that shot, that kind of shot that you want to show, we'll go to the producers, or maybe I might be out doing something else. He'll go to the producers and say, "Hey, listen, that's what I want to do." And they say, "Okay, let's keep that for now." And then if it gets later and later, I'm like, "Hey, okay, there we go." So that was when Xander on the fourth hole drove it up close to the green at Valhalla and clipped a real nice pitch shot to a couple feet. And again, like we get out there early and everything, and Johnson just struggling. I like some of these shots. It's like you just want to go give him a hug.
I
Like it's
remember
like
that. I remember that one because it was like a 40 or 50 yard pitch, right? And he like chunks two of them and then blades
yep,
another one and just like
he did.
walked off.
And just walked off, and I'm probably giving him a hug on the off camera because I just felt so bad for him. But those segments, I mean, and obviously the real viral moment. Let's go. I mean, to the U.S. Open. I mean, one of in my 18 years, one of the coolest. I mean, probably the coolest moment I've been a part of, and I mean, this is going back to Tiger's, great wins that I've seen and everything else like that. That moment was so cool. Like Bryson coming over to that point. We actually had started. We were going to be in the fairway to show Bryson's second shot out of the trees, and then walk up and play the third shot. Well, it was getting a little later in the show, and we were getting a little, we didn't have as much time. So Johnson, I kind of talked like, okay, let's just go up to the bunker. And we told our producers, like, yeah, go do that. So we obviously get into that segment, and he hits the first shot he hits. We like to call that a home run, just flies the green, just circle the bases. And then, he finished up when Bryson's coming up. Someone had texted me, and luckily the text didn't go through quick enough. Otherwise, I would have known beforehand that he was coming. Man, when he came over and he gets in that bunker, and Todd brings that mic over, which was not on the same delay, what we call delay, so it wasn't on the same timing as Johnson's mic. So we had to like redo that for like the re-airs, and they had to kind of marry the audio together. And he's down in there, and he's got that trophy, and then Johnson hits that shot. I mean, I've never like someone who just thinned one over the green, almost broke a window probably. To hit that shot, to how close he hit to that, insane. And then the reaction afterwards, grabbing the trophy, was tremendous. And again, like that's why doing those things live means so much, because you can't recreate that stuff. You can't. And so that was one of the cooler moments. I think the biggest thing with Johnson stuff is that he's got the trust of those players. Some guys that you would sit there and say, would you guys think that Xander Schauffele would want to do a walk and talk during his practice round at Major Championship?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Did one at the U.S. Open with Patrick Cantlay in the group. Like guys who are really just into their craft and don't want to really do their but they're really into what they want to do. And Xander Schauffele did one at the U.S. Open. Bryson DeChambeau did one earlier that week. He did one earlier that week. We've got guys. Scotty Scheffler did one to open the show on, I think, Wednesday at the Open Championship.
Yep.
It's not just like you're getting the top guys to do it because they trust Johnson, and the segments have just become really incredibly cool.